I'm Ken Anderson. I'm the director of the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Choir San Diego, more commonly known as the MLK Choir. I also direct the gospel choir at UCSD. The community choir, other than singing, of course, as any choir does in concerts, we also have a goal of supporting and promoting the arts. So we provide scholarships for graduating high school seniors who are continuing exclusively in the visual and performing arts. From the Negro spirituals come rag, swing, jazz, blues, rock and roll, American country music, soul, pop, disco, even on down to hip hop and rap. All of these styles, many of these styles came out of a style that came from the Negro spiritual. They all eventually find their ultimate roots back in the Negro spiritual. One thing about it, there's one style of music that comes from the Negro spiritual, gospel. One thing about working with MLK Choir and UCSD Gospel Choir, it affords me an opportunity to work with a lot of singers, perhaps who would not be able to pass an audition to get into some of these other fine choirs. They get to become a part of a choir and develop and essentially become a fine choir themselves. I love that, how gospel music affords a singer on any musical level, whatever your musicianship. Gospel music takes your bright voice and your dull voice and your little voice and your big voice. And all of that comes together because, a bouquet of roses is wonderful, it's beautiful. But a bouquet of mixed flowers is also beautiful. There are a couple of things three things that MLK really loves doing. Number one, of course, singing. The choir loves to laugh, a lot of laughter. And we love, love, love to travel. We've been in 7 countries in Europe. We've sung throughout California, and we've been on the East Coast in Maryland and Washington, D.C. And each trip, from singing at the Vatican there are so many special moments that cause each trip to stand out. But in particular, our trip to Washington, D.C., and we sang on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, and we actually got to sing at the United States Capitol. But one of the most powerful moments of our time was visiting the Stone of Hope. This statue, I personally had never really cared for the way it looked. It didn't seem to look like Martin so much to me. But when I got there and you see his arms folded and he's holding the Constitution and he's looking across the water at the Jefferson statue, and you hear that the artist had this mindset because he's stuck in this stone. It's almost as though the statue weren't completed. But the artist did this because he says that Martin's work wasn't finished. Dr. King's work wasn't finished. And should America ever become truly even on race, human relations, they can actually chip away that stone and the statue will be just fine. It's made to stand on its own. And I thought for a moment, what will we sing? And then, of course, it hit me. What else would we sing? We sang the signature piece of the movement, which he led, the civil rights movement. We sang, "We Shall Overcome."
We shall overcome someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace.
It was a very poignant moment as we sang at the base of the statue of our namesake and for what he stood for, because he wasn't trying to achieve Black rights so much as he was trying to achieve human rights. And then throughout all of his endeavor, and thousands upon thousands of Black and white people with him, the endeavor for us to live up to those wonderful words, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed with certain inalienable rights by their creator." And so it was a very poignant moment for us and turned into a powerful moment for all of the other people in the vicinity.
We shall overcome someday.
We're the first musical entity in America to be allowed to perform at the base of the Stone of Hope, the statue of Martin Luther King. I'm Ken Anderson, and you're watching the KPBS Summer Music Series.